the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horses kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. You'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight.
Howdy there, I'm Matt McKinley and we're burning daylight.
In the saddle till the job's done right.
Welcome to Burning Daylight, the only podcast for the working cowboy. Well, welcome back, Daylight Burners. Happy April Fool's Day. I don't really have anything to fool you with today. I've done that a time or two in the past. I may have told that story, but my good buddy Clint Mandel, I posted a Craigslist ad back when people still use Craigslist? I'm not sure if they do. But I posted an ad for free miniature Aussie puppies on April Fool's, and I think he said he had like 32 phone calls and 50 something emails, and I don't know how many texts, but it was glorious. His mom was in on the deal. Rest her heart, rest her soul. Sandy Mandel's a great lady. Anyway, I think that was my last real April Fool's deal. So that's all I got for you. But this is the Friggin Farm and Ranch Report for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. The board closed firm today. Cattle are still historically strong. Inputs are creeping up. There we go. This is what I'm share this tab instead. There we go. All right, what we're covering here. All right, cattle are still historically strong. Inputs are creeping higher. War risk priced into fuel and fertilizer, and the Packer labor mess in Greeley just keeps on grinding. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're covering livestock and grain clothes, energy and input costs. The JBS Greeley strikes now on day 17. War desk update on Operation Epic Fury, day 32, with B-52s now deployed. The Colorado Wolf program, that was yesterday's. And anyway, we got all that going on. But before we get too far, we have a new sponsor for this show. Lonestar Stockyards out of Wildorado, Texas. They got a sale going every Tuesday, 11 a.m. That is Central Time there in the Panhandle. They start with cows, move to the yearlings, and finish out with calves. These guys sort them right, sell them right. If you got cattle to move, consign or consign early for the best exposure. Get them there by Monday noon. If they need to be preg checked, call Bill Martin at 970-302 or Sheldon Field at 970-302-5834 for Bill Martin. Sheldon Field's 806-736-0040. The office line is 806-677-0777. Overnight boarding's available, $5 a head a day, $3 for truckloads. I don't quote me on that. That should probably should have checked on that first. But anyway, check them out at LoneStarStockyards.com. Really good people. Glad to have them on the show. Market, they finished out their sale yesterday. Pretty good. Had 1,800 head. USDA reported 2 to 7 higher. Calves higher in the light tests. And they really went gangbusters on the 3-weight steers. We had some 320 pounders going for $591. They really had some. So 338 out of 338 pounders out of Silverton went for $610. 100, 605 on the 390s. There's some big 800 pound steers at 333. And there was some big 904, 332. It was a pretty solid sale all the way around, but glad to have them on. So go check them out, LoneStarStockyards.com. And make sure you give them a holler over there. Call Bill 970-302-5834, or the office ladies really treated me well. So 806-677-0777. Welcome to the show, Lonestar Stockyards. All right, let's keep it moving here. Yeah, there we go. Cows, calves, steering, perfect. Everything on stage there for you. Okay. So on the hoof side, live cattle closed out at $198,725, up $4.75 on the day. June live cattle closed at $244.35, up $1.07. Feeder cattle closed out at $274.35, down 82 cents. May feeders closed at $368, up $1.52. The CME feeder index is at $273.40. Lean hogs 89.125, up 35 cents on strong export demand to Japan and South Korea. The cash trade stalled out at 210, dressed up in the north. And the cattle on feed, we still got 11.55 million, right on par with a year ago. Placements up 4%. Marketing's down 7%, showing tighter near-term supplies. All right, on the grain side, corn's at 482.5, up 7.25 on export inspections, beating expectations. USDA planning report is in the rear view, with soybeans gaining acres in the Western Corn Belt. Beans at 1074.75, down 3.5 on the profit-taking post acreage report. Quarterly stocks are bearish. Wheat's at 621.25, up 12.75. Black Sea tension and the Southern Plains drought is driving that price increase. Winter wheat conditions at 52% good to excellent conditions, which is the lowest since 2012. On the energy and input side, West Texas crude's at 98.92. Brent's at $100 a barrel, $100 and 43 cents. The national diesel average 384, but that is not right. I don't know why they put that. Hold on. Check my ticker here. National highway on highway diesel is 540 a gallon. I don't know why they had that at 384. DAP fertilizer at 682 a ton, up $14 on the month. Urea's at 549, up 8. Strait of Hormuz is still very much contested. Every week it stays that way is going to add cost to your operation. On the drought side of things, the drought monitor's got D3s and D4s expanding. 18.6% of regions under severe to extreme. The Southern Plains is at 68%, and the Southwest is at 78%. So drought is spreading for sure. The JBS Greeley strike is on day 17. Nearly 4,000 workers on picket since March 16th. First major meatpacking strike since the Hormel strike 40 years ago about. Replacement workers are processing roughly 300 head a day. That's where you get your management level employees working the lines. I bet they are not happy about it. Normal capacity is in the thousands. Industry-wide slaughters running at little over 500,000 head a week versus the 5-year average of 730,000. So 561 to 730. It's 23% below normal. Estimated 35 to 40,000 head pile up in feedlots across Texas, Nebraska, and Kansas. This runs through April. Now analysts project an $8 to $12 per hundredweight discount on heavy fed cattle. Negotiated trades 20% lower than the 5-year, 28% lower than the 5-year average. Formula and grid trades at 78% of the total sales right now. This is a captive supply problem on top of a labor problem. All right, head into the war desk. Operation Epic Fury's day 32. Big development today is the B-52 B-52 Stratofortress bombers are deployed over Iran for the first time. And that's a huge shift from the stealth strikes and the heavy long-range bombing, or to the heavy long-range bombing. So those B-52s were invented back during the Korean War, I think. Maybe it was Vietnam, but those are their giant heavy bombers. They can fly way the hell up and drop massive payload. But that effectively means that Iran has no air defenses left. If we're just flying sorties with B-52s overhead. So EU is calling on Tehran to discuss reopening. The Houthis are back in the fight with the first missile launch on Israel. Red Sea shipping is now at risk again. And in Lebanon, over 1,200 killed since Israeli strikes began on March 2nd. And so what's this mean for you? Your crude's near $100 a barrel. Diesel's at $5.40 a gallon and climbing. And fertilizer's up across the board. So that's your input cost story. On the Colorado wolf program, again, the 14th wolf dead since reintroduction began. There's more than half of the 25 that were translocated since 2023 are now dead. Breeding female in the King Mountain pack is gone. Her mate died in January during a collar fitting attempt. Oh man, did they get their hands bit and they had to put it? Oh man, good riddance. Good. I love seeing a video or a picture of a wolf out in the wild just as much as the next guy, but there is a reason why we poisoned all those things out back in the day. And I say we, I mean our ancestors. Being a Colorado native, there's plenty of stories about how they went ham on the wolf population and cleared it out, and for good reason, turns out. Okay, so CPW, that's Colorado Parks and Wildlife. Halted wolf releases for 2026 under pressure from the Trump administration. We covered the mismanagement of the funds last year, but it sounds like there is some movement towards repeal through the ballot. So if that comes across your purview, if you're in Colorado, make sure you sign that petition, get it on the ballot, and then vote to repeal that stupid bullshit. All about wildlife. I love it, but not at the sake of human and human related activities. So be on the lookout for that. On the fence post politics side, we got the EPA greenlighted the E15 fuel for summer sales. That is the ethanol-based junk. It's got a waiver through May 20th. A real fix requires Congress to update the 30-year-old Clean Air Act rule. Representative Finstad out of Minnesota says the year-round E15 talks are in a good place heading into recess. But permanent access could mean 500 million bushels of additional corn demand annually. That's what we need. More corn. A new memorandum of understanding cuts red tape for over 20,000 ranchers on federal grazing lands across 28 states. So that's a good news. I don't have the details on that. I saw that Jack Payne out of Fallon for the Nevada Livestock Marketing shared something about it, and I haven't had a chance to dig into it yet. I will update you on that tomorrow's update. But a quick note is a big green day on Wall Street. S&P's up 3.65%. The Dow's up nearly 3%, and the Nasdaq's up about 5%. All right. On this day in history, President Lincoln, April 1st, 1862, President Lincoln establishes the USDA and called it the People's Department. Now it oversees over $150 billion in farm programs. Tonight on the Major League Baseball, we got Mets at Cardinals. I think is that already gone? Cardinals were favored at minus 142. Angels at Cubs. That game's already over. Tigers at D-backs as well. D-backs were at or Detroit was at a plus 215. I don't remember how I bet that one. Yankees were heavy favorites at minus 230. Last night, Yankees blanked Seattle 5-0. A's got their first dub of the season 5-2, but then they lost the rubber match today 5-2. With the off day tomorrow, headed back to West Sacramento for the home opener against those dirty, rotten Astros. Giants hammered the Padres 9-3, and then the Astros rolled the Red Sox 9-2. All right, let's close it out. All right, so on let me pop up my dashboard, and if you'd like to take a look, please go sign up at Substack. It's burningdaylight.substack.com, and you can check out all of the all of the features here on the Burning Daylight report, as I'm calling it. But the thing that makes it really cool here is the reading the herd and the freedom framework. And so what it does is a predictor. It is designed with the small producer in mind, what to do with the market. So today's at a 34% confidence, very low, in a watch pattern. Input costs remain elevated. Diesel pressure is squeezing margins across the feedlot sector. Cattle supply on feeds within normal range. So the packer bids and cash bases are the key watch point. It's a split market that and the split market signals warrant patient. So wait for confirmation before scaling any new positions. Bottom line is the market's at an inflection point and wait for confirmation before acting. Probably not a good time to be the first through the gate. And this here is my freedom framework. This is all calculated by the platform that I've built here, but it's at a 41 out of 100, so very low defensive freedom framework. So the feed costs are at a 0, which means they're way too high. Between the diesel and the corn rally, feed costs are through the roof. That puts you at a 0. But your beef supply is at a 58, meaning that with the tight supply, it's good for your cash prices. Policy risks is pretty low, 48. There has been some ease in the regulatory environment, as well as some legislation that is a little more producer friendly. We'll go a little bit over the farm bill tomorrow. I did see that the Prime Act was added to the text of the farm bill, so that's a very positive development. Thomas Massey's been trying to get that through for going on 6 or 8 years now. Pretty much the whole time I've been doing this podcast, we've talked about the Prime Act. So that is really cool. I'm going to have to dig back through the archives and find an on this day in history for Burning Daylight. When we first talked about the Prime, I think it was called the USA Prime Act initially. So anyway, that has brought the policy risk number up a little bit. The demand is all the way at a 62. So beef demand is still very strong, so that's the strongest part of the freedom framework for this for today, anyways. Drought monitor is creeping up, so that's dropping down to a 49 overall on the drought for the freedom framework. But anyways, this is all the stuff that this is kind of the extra stuff that really makes my product unique. So anyway, please go check that out. burningdaylight.substack.com. You'll also have a full rundown of all the friggin' farm and ranch reports, transcripts, sources, all that good stuff is all included in your membership. It's $20 a month for this. It did cost me a little bit of money to build it out, a lot of time. Not as much as if I was actually doing it on my own. But see here, there's on deck, you got a drought monitor. D3 and D4 is expanding, 18.6% of regions under severe to extreme conditions. Back to the sale barn front. As you can see here, we got cattle markets. We got the cattle on feed numbers, placements, marketed, your live cattle numbers, feeder cattle numbers, lean hogs, more of your cattle on feed stuff. This is some of the stories that are heading into it with the JBS packing strike, the packing capacity running low, and then the negotiated cash trades also well below the 5-year average. Sale barn pulse, the Oklahoma City West sale from March 28th, average 625 pounds at 285.50. 100 weight. A feeder flash from Corvette Wall down here, and upcoming sales event. We had the El Reno sales going on. I think it probably done. I thought I saw it said 4,200 head. We'll have a report for you tomorrow. Producers Livestock, Clovis Livestock, Superior had a big sale today. Torrington and Fallon all had sales, so we'll do a recap of that tomorrow. Got your grain futures, your energy and metals. Gold was up a little bit today, and then the stocks are all up. So there's your drought monitor. You got some industry headlines here. Cattle futures higher, waiting on direct business. Rain brings soil moisture, planting delays. So the Corn Belt's really got more moisture than they need. But Florida, the entire state of Florida is under drought conditions now. We got on this day in history themed per the tabs here. In 1789, the U.S. House of Representatives achieves its first quorum and elects Frederick Muhlenberg as its first speaker. We got the war tracker over here, all the major conflicts throughout the world, all the things that's going on. We got maps. We got intelligence analysis, all good stuff. And then we got sports. Baseball is back, baby. And we got the Final Four. I believe that's this weekend. UConn upset Duke to clinch the final spot in the Final Four. So if you're into basketball, sounds like a good weekend to watch there. But I'm a baseball guy, and I got the A's got a lot of ground to catch up early in the season already. So that is where I will be. That's what I'll be watching. But thanks everybody for tuning in. Please do go check out. Please go check out Lonestar Stockyards. They're out of Wildorado, Texas. Sale on Tuesday. They do have a big horse sale coming up. Their spring catalog sale. I was talking to Bill earlier. He said these guys do a really good job. Got some really nice ranch horses. So over 100 head of really nice horses for sale, as well as some young and green stuff that they will run through as well. That is all coming up, and hopefully we'll get Bill on to talk a little bit himself in the future. So please go check that out. LoneStarStockyards.com. Give Bill a call over there. Call the office ladies, chat him up. They got a Mexican food truck serving food during the sale there on Tuesday. So good setup, really good people. I'm glad to have them on board. But that has been the Friggin' Farm and Ranch report for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. I got to go watch my daughter play softball. So move your ass. We're burning daylight.
Your eyes up in the morning beneath the stars so bright. Pull your hat down, make sure your cinch is tight. Horses kinda snuffy, cold chill up your spine. We'll get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight. Burning daylight. make sure you sit up tall. I can see the horizon, it's looking pretty bright. Well, get your ass moving, son, we're burning daylight.